She was barefoot, hungry, sleeping beside a mentally ill mother on the streets of Los Angeles. He was a billionaire, powerful, feared, owner of one of the most elite private schools in the country. They were never meant to cross paths. But when this billionaire discovered that a homeless girl was secretly teaching his struggling daughter under a mango tree behind his luxury school, he didn't call security. He didn't call the police. What he did next changed 3 lives forever. Stay with me, because this story will prove that genius can be born anywhere, and one act of compassion can rewrite destiny. A 12-year-old homeless girl with a brilliant mind survives the streets while caring for her mentally ill mother. She drops out of school when her only sponsor disappears. Rejected, humiliated, and chased away, she keeps learning by listening through school windows. She meets a lonely billionaire's daughter who's failing in class. Under a mango tree, the homeless girl becomes her secret teacher. Grades improve, confidence returns, friendship grows. One afternoon, black SUVs enter the school. The billionaire father discovers everything. Instead of anger, he asks one question that changes everything. Backhand index pointing right, take me to your mother. And from there, nothing is ever the same. Her name was Lena Brooks. She was 12 years old, but life had already carved deep lines into her soul. Lena had no birth certificate, no father, no permanent address. Just a mother named Marion, whose mind had fractured years ago and never fully returned. People on the street didn't call her Marion. They called her the crazy woman. And Lena, they called her the crazy woman's kid. They slept near an abandoned bus stop off Jefferson Avenue. Cardboard for a mattress, a torn jacket for warmth. When it rained, they got soaked. When it was cold, they shivered together. When it was hot, the sun burned their skin until it peeled. Every morning started the same. Marion would wake up screaming, fighting invisible enemies, accusing shadows of stealing her wings. Lena would hold her. "It's okay, Mom, it's just me." She learned early that survival meant becoming the adult. At 12, Lena bathed her mother using bottled water. She begged for food. She shielded Marion from insults, from kicks, from laughter. And yet, inside her mind, something extraordinary lived. Lena was brilliant. She didn't know the word for it, but numbers made sense to her. Words stuck after hearing them once. She had gone to school for only 2 years before the woman paying her fees disappeared without warning. The principal didn't hug her goodbye. He simply said, "Come back when you can pay." She never did. But learning never left her. She watched children walk past in uniforms every morning and whispered the answers to questions she imagined teachers asking. At night, she practiced math in the dirt. Even hunger couldn't erase her mind. One afternoon, a food vendor named Mrs. Carter noticed Lena watching customers eat. Instead of chasing her away, she handed her a plate. That plate changed everything. Mrs. Carter fed Lena, let her help clean the stand, and one day noticed her writing multiplication tables in the sand. "You ever been to school?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am," Lena said softly, "not enough." 3 weeks later, Lena wore a second-hand uniform again. She was back in school, and she was unstoppable. Teachers were shocked. Students whispered. But miracles don't always last. Mrs. Carter got a visa. She left the country. And just like that, Lena was out again. No money. No goodbye. No second chances. The streets didn't welcome her back. New gangs. New dangers. One night, Marion slapped her during a psychotic episode. Lena didn't leave. She never would. She sold bottled water, got robbed, got mocked, but she never stopped learning. Because learning was the one thing nobody could steal. Across town stood Crestview International Academy. Tall gates, perfect lawns, luxury cars dropping off children who never worried about food. Lena stood outside every day. She found a cracked window behind a classroom near an old mango tree. That was her classroom now. She listened. She memorized. She learned. Until one day, someone spoke behind her. "Why are you hiding?" Lena turned. A girl her age. Perfect uniform. Clean shoes. Her name tag read Emily Wright. "I just want to learn," Lena whispered. Emily didn't laugh. Instead, she sat beside her. "I don't understand anything in class," Emily admitted. "They say I'm slow." Lena looked at her book and explained. 5 minutes later, Emily gasped. "I get it." That moment changed everything. Every day after that, they met under the mango tree. Lena taught. Emily learned. Grades improved. Smiles returned. They became sisters in secret. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. And Emily's father was watching. The black SUVs rolled into Crestview International Academy like thunder without rain. Engines purred softly, but their presence shook the ground more than noise ever could. Teachers froze mid-step. Security straightened their posture instantly. Students whispered. Only one person didn't notice at first. Emily Wright. She was too busy watching the empty space under the mango tree. Lena wasn't there yet. Emily checked her watch. 5 minutes late. Lena was never late. A knot twisted in her stomach. The door of the laid SUV opened. Out stepped Daniel Wright. Billionaire. Tech investor. School founder. A man who spoke softly but carried power that bent rooms. Emily's father. He adjusted his cufflinks as if today were just another meeting, but his eyes were sharp, scanning everything. When he saw his daughter standing alone under a tree instead of inside the cafeteria, he frowned. "Emily," he called. Her body stiffened. She turned slowly. "Dad, what are you doing out here?" "I'm having lunch." "With who?" Emily hesitated. Then she saw Lena. Barefoot, breathless, running across the grass, clutching a plastic bag to her chest. "I'm here," Lena said softly. "I'm sorry, my mom." Emily's relief lasted only a second. Her father followed her gaze. And then he saw Lena. Daniel Wright didn't raise his voice. He didn't shout. He simply stared. At the torn dress. At the dusty feet. At the girl standing behind his daughter like she was afraid of disappearing. "Who is this?" he asked. Emily stepped forward instinctively. "This is Lena, she's my friend." "A friend?" His eyebrow lifted slightly. "Yes," Emily said firmly, "she teaches me." Silence fell. The air changed. "Teaches you what?" "Everything," Emily said. "Math, reading, writing. She explains it better than anyone." Daniel looked back at Lena. "How long has this been happening?" Lena swallowed hard. "Please, sir," she whispered. "I didn't mean any trouble. I can leave. I won't come back." She turned to run. "Stop." The word wasn't harsh, but it was final. Lena froze. "Who are your parents?" Daniel asked calmly. Lena's voice trembled. "I don't know my father. My mother is sick. She lives on the street." Emily grabbed Lena's hand. Daniel noticed. Why aren't you in school? No one to pay the fees. Another pause. Then Daniel said the sentence no one expected. Take me to your mother. The conv drove slowly through the city. From glass towers, to cracked sidewalks, to places people with money pretended didn't exist. Lena pointed quietly. There. A woman sat rocking on the curb, barefoot, muttering, holding a broken bottle like a baby. My wings, Marion whispered. They stole my wings. Lena's eyes filled with tears. That's my mom. Daniel stepped out of the car. The street went quiet. He knelt beside Marion. Ma'am, he said gently. She looked at him and smiled. Did you bring my wings? Daniel didn't flinch. He stood and turned to his assistant. Call the best psychiatric hospital, full care, immediate admission. Lena gasped. Please, she said, don't separate us forever. Daniel crouched in front of her. I'm not taking her away, he said softly. I'm bringing her back. Then he added words Lena would never forget. And you're not going back to the street. That night, Lena bathed in a real bathroom. Warm water, soap, a mirror that didn't crack her reflection. Emily gave her pajamas. You're safe now, Emily whispered. Lena didn't answer. She didn't trust happiness yet. The next morning, Daniel called her into his study. You're staying, he said. You'll attend Crestview. But you earned it. He paused. And as long as you're here, you're my responsibility. Lena's knees nearly gave out. The next day, Lena walked into school beside Emily. Same uniform. Same backpack. Different life. Whispers followed them. Teachers stared. The girl who used to peek through windows was now seated in the front row. And she didn't just perform. She excelled. By the end of the week, teachers were calling meetings. This child is extraordinary. Daniel listened quietly. At the hospital, Marion improved slowly. Medicine, structure, care. One day she looked at Lena and said, You look like my little girl. Lena cried harder than she ever had. One evening, Daniel handed Lena a tablet filled with books. You have a gift, he said. Don't waste it. She whispered, Thank you for seeing me. He smiled. You were never invisible. The world just didn't look close enough. Lena stood under the mango tree one last time. Not hiding, not begging, but remembering. She smiled. She had a home, a mother healing, a sister by choice, and a future wide open. And that's how the girl the world ignored became the girl the world would one day admire. No child is born worthless. Opportunity changes everything. And sometimes the greatest teachers come from the places we least expect.